Hey guys, it's Alexis the Sloth Reader, and I'm here today to do the author scenario book tag. I think this is a really cool book tag, so I'm excited to just go ahead and get into it. The first question is reread author. Which author do you go to when you feel like rereading a book? So I actually don't reread books very often, only because I have to wait like a long period of time before I'll reread a book series and really enjoy it again. So the only book series that comes to mind that I've ever actually reread is the Hollow Kingdom trilogy by Claire B. Dunkel. It's probably my favorite trilogy of all time. I'm holding the third book in the series because it's the only one I own in a physical copy. But I love this trilogy. I recently reread it just a few years ago for the first time since I had read it when I was like 13. So it was like a 5-year period between when I had reread it. So this is the only series I can really remember that I've reread, but I do plan on rereading a few books in the future, so maybe this question will change. It releases, which author do you make sure you get every new release from? And I have to say that my answer for this question is Victoria Schwab, or V.E. Schwab. I recently fell in love with her Darker Shade of Magic series, and that is the only series I've read from her. But I loved her writing so much that I actually went out and bought every previously written book she'd ever had, and I will for sure be picking up every new release from her. The Savage Song comes out in the US in a couple of weeks, and I will definitely be at the bookstore the day it comes out to grab it. Which author have you been there from since the beginning, and you plan to be there for every one of their new releases to come? And for that, I have to say that my answer is going to be Adam Silvera. I picked up More Happy Than Not around the time it came out. It wasn't necessarily the day it came out, but I picked it up, and I was lucky enough to meet Adam, and he was the nicest guy, and honestly, that's part of the reason. Is just that he's such an awesome guy, and I really love how personal all of his books are in a lot of ways. So I know that he has his two books that are coming out within the next couple of years, History Is All You Left Me, and They Both Die at the End, and I will definitely be picking both of those up when they come out. Second chances, which author did you not like the first book you read by them, but you're willing to give them another chance? And for this one, I'm going to choose Veronica Roth. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Divergent trilogy, more so books 2 and 3. I loved the first book, but I didn't like books 2 and 3, and that really ruined the trilogy for me. But I know that she's coming out with her new duology, and I'm definitely planning on reading it because it sounds interesting, and I definitely think that this one will be better than the Divergent trilogy was, because I think that she has had time to grow and really listen to the feedback that she got on the Divergent trilogy, and so I think that this one will be a very big step up for her. Don't stop. Which author has stopped writing but you want them to continue to come out with books? And for this one, I'm going to have to go with Sarwat Shada, who is the author of The Devil's Kiss. This is my ARC copy of the book, so of course I don't have the cover of it, but this is one of my all-time favorite books. I didn't like the sequel quite as much. I wish they had written more books in this series and about Billy and the adventures that she goes through as her life as like a hunter, and I wish that I didn't feel like that it was really revolved at the end of the second book, and I felt like there could have been so much more done with it. I mean, I think this could have easily been like a 6-book series, and so I wish that it had been, rather than it just being the 2 books that it was. Why'd I wait? Which author do you wish you began reading from sooner? And for that one, I'm definitely going to have to pick Sarah J. Maas, of course, who's the author of the Throne of Glass series and the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. I only started reading Sarah J. Maas last year. I started Throne of Glass last year, and I'm all the way up to Queen of Shadows now, and I wish I had started reading these books the year that they came out, so I could have really been like there for every new release, and I could have waited and theorized with everybody as the new books were coming out and stuff like that. I just wish that I would have started reading from them sooner so that I could have been part of the fandom sooner, and I could have had more chances to go to SJM signings, and yeah, so Sarah J. Maas. Bonus question, The Little Bibliophile. Which author was your favorite as a young reader? And for that one, I'm going to have to choose the author who wrote my favorite book series when I was a kid, and that is Patrick Carman, who wrote the Land of Elion series, which of course is a 5-book series that follows Alexa Daly and her journey to save her land. And this was really the book series that really got me into reading. And it's my favorite from when I was a kid, and I just absolutely love it. And so for that reason, Patrick Harmon is awesome to me because you got me into reading, dude. So awesome. Alright guys, that was the author scenario book tag. I will link the original video if I can find it down below, as well as the channel that I got this from, which was Books and Lala, so I'll also link her video down below. But I'll be back pretty soon with another video. Bye guys!